Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. Now guys, a lot of you following this channel will already know that I have a lot of issues with a lot of things. So this story that I am about to bring you, I have issues with. So with that guys, I bring you this. Reno Omokri apologizes after Toyin Saraki responded to his post calling her out. So that's the headline. Reno Omokri apologizes after Toyin Saraki responded to his post calling her out. So now this Reno Omokri especially is one of the people that I am starting to get fed up with within the Nigerian space. So now let's see now what manner of attention seeking this guy is up to this time around. Reno Omokri has been forced to apologize and delete his post after Toyin Saraki responded to his post where he called her out. Reno shared a photo comparing Queen Elizabeth of England to Toyin Saraki, the wife of the former Senate president. In the photo, the British Queen was holding her umbrella by herself, whilst in Toyin Saraki's case, a male aide was holding the umbrella over her head. Reno went then to criticize Mrs. Saraki and referred to her as a lowly official. So here is exactly the tweet that started the whole saga. So this is Reno's tweet. Very few photos speak of the sad state of Nigeria as this picture. This is Queen Elizabeth. She was born great. She demonstrates her greatness by what she is willing to do for herself at 93, whilst a lowly official, a third her age, is unwilling to do it. So this is what this person has to say, Reno Omokri, and of course now Mrs. Saraki has responded and the drama ensues. Responding to Reno's tweet, Mrs. Saraki, who is the founder, president of Wellbeing Foundation Africa, told Reno that his tweet speaks of the state of his mind and mischief. Her response to Reno has been termed as classy by Twitter users. Following her response, Reno apologized and deleted his tweet. He wrote, "Dear Mrs. at Toyin Saraki, I did not know that was you in the picture." So that is where my issue starts. So he's saying, "Dear Mrs. Toyin Saraki, I did not know that was you in the picture." So if you did not know the person in the picture, what then forms the basis of your criticism? Because if you do not know the person in the picture, then you do not know the circumstances that has led to that picture. And if you do not know the person in the picture and the circumstances that has led to that picture, what then forms the basis of a criticism? This is an unthinking mind at work. So this is now where my issues start with this guy. So we carry on. Indeed, I know your character is not like that. So he's saying now that he knows that the character of Toyin Saraki is not like that. So how can you know the character of Toyin Saraki when you do not even know her? Because you cannot, of course, recognize her in a picture. So if you cannot recognize her in a picture, then that tells us already that you do not know her at all. So if you cannot recognize her and you do not know her, how do you then know what her character is? So this is just utter nonsense now, what this guy is saying. If I had known it was you, I would have investigated further. Well, you don't really need to know it was her to investigate further, because if you are going to make this bold a statement within the public space, then you are better off getting your facts right before you take this strong position, because you have now done a photo collage matching this person against the Queen of England, and you are criticizing this person now. And had that person then been somebody that was not able to have the platform to fight back, you would have just tarnish this person's image without knowing the first thing about this person, because by your own admission now, you did not even know the person in the picture. So he carries on, "You are an epitome of a well-brought-up lady, and I crave your forgiveness." How would you know if she's the epitome of anything when you do not know the first thing about her? You don't know what she looks like, you don't know her in person, and you are saying she's the epitome of a well-brought-up lady. This is just crass vulgarity now from this guy. So now let's see exactly the back and forth between these people. So let's see what else is going on here. So now let's get deeply into it now. So this is Toyin Saraki, Mr. Bemigbo Reno Omokri. So I'm not sure what Bemigbo is, if that is part of his name. Mr. Bemigbo Reno Omokri. If Bemigbo is like Amebo, I don't know, but Mr. Bemigbo Reno Omokri is how Toyin Saraki starts off her tweet. Whilst I've never personally made your acquaintance, so already, as I said, these people have never met, so he doesn't even know her and is vouching for her character and her being well brought up. So she's now distancing herself from him. And by the way, she's not even distancing herself from him because this was before the apology. So again, whilst I've never personally made your acquaintance, I am surprised to wake up this fine morning to this misjuxtaposition from you as an apparent pastor of at Reno Mind of Christ Center, California and Abuja. So this is how she starts it off. I have never desired or sought nor solicited public office, whether high or low. Whilst I am indeed 55, over half the age of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, it is improbable in Nigeria of today that any woman may ascend to the throne of my royal ancestors. Since the time of your erstwhile appointed and remunerated perambulation as spokesman of our former president Goodluck Jonathan, surely you must have observed in person or virtually the practicalities of principles requiring at least one hand to be free to engage with welcoming delegations. Whilst you may not personally subscribe to the historic spirit of chivalry which Sir Walter Raleigh extended to Queen Elizabeth I, hopefully, chivalry is not completely dead in our gender challenge yet beloved nation. In the meantime, in the spirit and vision of today's International Day of Tolerance, I'll leave your mischief with some humor and good cheer. So this is now what Mrs. Saraki had to say. So this is now Reno responding to Saraki now clapping back, because of course he did not expect the person to respond. So this is him now responding to that series of tweets that I just read you. I did not know that was you in the picture. Indeed, I know your character is not like that. If I had known it was you, I would have investigated further. You are an epitome of a well brought up lady and I crave your forgiveness. So that's the back and forth now between Saraki and Reno Omokri. But of course, I just wanted to use this to highlight this thing that is now going on within the Nigerian space, because people like this Reno Omokri and Femi Fani-Kayode is another one. They are enjoying now the attention that they are getting on social media, and they now seem to have an opinion about virtually everything and anything that goes on. So Reno Omokri will go around all of the media space telling us how clever and learned he is and how well researched he is, but then he's just now plucked this lady's photo out of just obscurity, out of the ethers somewhere, and just used it for his own political end. But unfortunately for him, he has plucked the picture of a big beast who can clap back, and clap back she did, because no matter how educated Reno Omokri thinks he is, Toyin Saraki, I should say, is more educated than him. No matter how learned he thinks he is, Toyin Saraki is more learned than him. No matter how much pedigree he thinks he has, Toyin Saraki has more pedigree than him. Toyin Saraki is above Reno Omokri by all of the standards that life is measured, and she's able to match him. Not only match him, actually, she's able to dwarf him, and dwarf him she did with elegance and class. So now this guy has now been humbled to the point now of now having to delete his tweets, because we make fun of all these people sometimes that these people are looters. Look, a lot of these people that you are calling looters, they are highly educated and very intelligent people, you know. You think that people will rise to the top in a country of 200 million people and not have some capacity about them? Of course they will have capacity about them. You can't just stroll into the positions that these people are occupying. It's not a position that is free to be occupied by anybody that wants to occupy it. For Saraki to become the president of the Senate, he had to battle Buhari, he had to battle the APC, he had to battle the PDP, and he battled everybody and he won. That is not an idiot. Whether you think he's corrupt, whether you don't think he's corrupt, whether you think he looted Kwara State or whether you don't think he looted Kwara State, the one thing you cannot accuse him of being is an idiot. So these people are not fools, and if people like Reno Omokri thinks that people like Saraki and like Malam Buhari that we can all just make fun of, then he's mistaken. These people are alive, they are active, they are sharp, and they are ready, and they are in the same space that we occupy. These people have a social media presence, and these people run their own social media by themselves, by the way, because it is not some aide that is doing the typing and the responding for Toyin Saraki. I can bet you that for nothing. She's responding herself, and she will match Reno Omokri any day of the week and add an extra day on top of that. Conversations in the comment section, the professional army boss via the way of Twitter, and I'm calling out Reno Omokri and Femi Fani-Kayode in this instance. Are we getting fed up with them? I know I am. Come tell me what your thoughts are in the comment section. But before you do this, click on the red subscribe button so it turns gray. Bell button notifies you every time I drop a new video. Then come tell me what you're making of this mebo that is now going on in the modern age via social media. Come tell me what your take is on all that in the comment section. So I'll leave you here. Carry on with you in the comment section. But here I say peace.